I'm going to be doing a patina effect dragon pot today. I've got this lovely mould that I got from Temu after seeing the lovely Tracy from Mini Scenes GB using this mould. So we're going to be using that today. And from Prima, I've got these 3 patina effect paints that I'm going to be using, but we'll come to those a bit later. So I've mixed up, I think there's about 250 ml in there of the Apex High Gloss Finish resin. That's a 1-to-1 resin by volume. And I'm just going to add to that some of the bronze Arteza mica powder. So, oh, I haven't used this one before. Let's get that lid off. Right, I'm going to pop a generous amount of that in there. And then get that mixed in. So, while I'm mixing this, I'd just like to say a massive thank you to everyone that subscribes to my channel. You're all amazing and supportive, and I really do appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for all your lovely comments and hitting that like button. It really does help our channels to grow and gets YouTube pushing them out for other people to see, so that's much appreciated. Right, that's a lovely coppery colour, so I'm going to pop that through the vacuum chamber just for 5 minutes, and then we'll get this poured. Right, that's had its 5 minutes in the vacuum chamber, so that's all nice and bubble free now. So this mould has got quite a lot of detail in there, so I'm going to give it a little squirt with some 99% alcohol, and the same in this one as well. And then we'll get this poured into this gorgeous mould. Hopefully I've made enough. Just going to pour that in slowly and let it find its way into all those little nooks and crannies. Hopefully this mould isn't top heavy. Right, so I'm just going to check my level. I live on a houseboat and the tide changed, so I think I need to raise him back up again. So I'll just do that. So we'll just get this nicely topped up. Not sure if I've made enough actually. Right, let's get some into this one, and then if I need to make up some more, I'll make up some more. It's a lovely colour. Oh, I think we'll be all right actually. I think we'll be all right. That's that one done. So before I top this one up anymore, I'm just going to go around this lip and get out any bubbles that might be trapped under there. Pesky little things like to hide under these lips. Right, hopefully that'll be okay. So we'll just top this one up now. And I think that one's topped up enough. So I'm just going to give these a little squirt with some isopropyl alcohol and pop any of those other bubbles that have come to the surface. Go around this outside edge with a little micro brush, and then pop those bubbles on the top. Right, how much have I got left? Right, let's see if I've got something to put in that. So let's see if I've got enough to do this little turtle mould. Hopefully I've got enough. Should have, I would have thought. Yep. Just enough for that little fella. Lovely. Right, so we'll leave those to cure and then I'll be back for demold. This is all cured up now, so we can get these out, but I did get like a massive bubble come up there, but that's okay. I can file that down and then fill it with UV. So let's get these out, these moulds, and then we can start making them a bit oldie-woldy. So that's the main part of the pot. Don't forget to put your moulds back in the right way, because you don't want any creases in them. Right, now for the dragon lid. So let's get this little fella out of here. Lots of little areas to try and squeeze out with this one. Seems to be coming out okay though. Get his little wing out there and his little head. Get out from under there. Come on, out you come. Oh, other little wing there. Forgot about his other wing there. Right, let's just pop this back in the right way. And there's our little dragon. Look at him, isn't he adorable? He's lovely. Right, let's see if he fits on. Yep, he fits on okay. It's got quite a bit of wiggle room in there, so that's good. Don't have to worry about the lid too much. Right, so I'm just gonna get off that lip from there. I'm just gonna use my deburring tool and just go around that edge, because that's a bit sharp. I did end up under pouring in the end. So just gonna take that off. And then we can get painting on this. Right, that will do. Shush that out the way. That's better. It's nice and smooth now. Right, so yeah, we've got a few bubbles under here that need sorting out as well, but I can do those later. So now we want to get some paint on. So I've got these 3 pots. They come in a set from Prima, and you've got the mint green, the blue and the brass, and the green one has got like quite a chalky texture to it. It's quite how can I, it's like it's got sand in it, something like that, to make it have a texture. So that's that one. And then we've got the blue, and then we've got the, this is the brass patina. So I'm going to start by putting, let's do the lid first. I'm going to start by putting some of the brass on here. I'm just going to rub that over in places. Get some of that on there. Probably need quite a bit of this. I should have done the base mica a bit more of a brassy colour. Looking at it now, it's looking a bit orangey. So I might end up painting most of this little fella in this bronze, but that's okay because we've got the other colours that we're going to be adding as well anyway. So I'll just get this covered with this brass and pop you on a little fast forward, and then I'll be back to do the next bit. Right, so that's got like a good covering of the brassy colour now. So now we're just gonna alternate between the blues and the greens. So just gonna put this in random places, just where we think it's gonna look as though it might have gone a bit older and patinaed. So we get that in some of there, down in that bit there, on his wings, and by his head, under his little chin, around his tail. And then I'm going to add some of the blue. Just going to dab that in places. So I'm just going to do this all the way around our little dragon. So I'll carry on doing this on a fast forward, and then I'll be back in a little while. Right, so we're just going to let that dry off for a bit before we do any more to that. So I'm just going to, and I don't know if you can pick up on the texture that the green gives it. So that's our lid done. So now we just want to do the same sort of thing to our main pot. So again, I'm just going to brush over with the brassy colour and just do that all over. Well, I say all over, it's not like a solid all over colour, it's just all over but random, if that makes sense. So just working my way around this pot here, a bit more, and then I'll add some of the green and the blue. Right, so that's all the way round there with that colour. So now I'm just going to add some of the blue just in places. Just dot that around. So again, I'll just pop you on a little fast forward while I do this, and then I'll see you back in a minute. Right, so I've now gone all the way round with the blues and the greens. So we're just going to let that dry off a little bit before we move on to the next bit. So let those dry off, and then we'll give it a go over the top with the next bit. Right, that's all dried up now, so that's how it's looking at the moment, all oldie woldy. So now what we're going to do is we're going to just use the brass again, and we're just going to do a bit of sort of dry brushing over the top. So we're just going to just lightly go over everything with the dry brush technique, and then highlight some of those details. So I'm just going to do this all over our little dragon. So while I'm doing this, I'd just like to say a massive thank you to everyone that subscribes to my channel. It's much appreciated. And if you're new to watching my channel and you like my videos, then feel free to go ahead and subscribe. It doesn't cost anything. And do hit those buttons, drop me a comment, or just even if you just click that like button. And I'd also like to say a massive thank you to anyone that's bought me a coffee and done the super thanks. That's much appreciated. And any money that I do get through anything like that does go straight back into the channel and goes towards me buying new moulds to try out and new materials to try. So thank you ever so much for those of you that have done that for me. That's so kind. Right, so that's our top bit done. Let's just put a bit more on those wings, I think. A bit more in there. So that's looking a bit more oldie woldy now, like it's been out in the salty sea and been dug up, a little bit of treasure. Give him a bit of a shiny nose, shall we? There. Right, so I'm just going to do the same thing with the base. So again, a bit on the brush and then just brush over just lightly over all of that. And then that makes the patina bit look like it's more embedded underneath, and it's just poking through what would be like a brass ornament sort of thing. That makes sense. So nearly done all the way round. There we go. Bit round the top. Just finish off that top rim. And then that's our little pot finished. So thank you ever so much for watching my video today, and stay tuned for the pictures at the end, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye for now.